morning, everyone. Good morning. Well, you are the hardy souls coming out in this weather this morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for the brick dedication ceremony. We really had hoped that it would be outside today, but life requires us to be flexible, and so we're all being very flexible. So we're inside, and actually it gives us a chance to have some time together for fellowship and to spend a little bit of time here at the Delaware Hospice Center. I want to welcome all of you this morning, and I appreciate your understanding the circumstances we're working with. The building is not actually designed to accommodate this size of a crowd, but we're doing pretty well, I think, so thank you all. If you need anything, if there's any special needs that you have throughout this morning, please let us know. We do have other chairs available. We do have wheelchairs if that's something that you have a need for. Hopefully by now you have found where the accommodations are, i.e. the restrooms, and are finding your way through the building today. I want to recognize that this is our brick dedication ceremony. It's hard to believe, but there are now almost 1,000 bricks out back here at the center. We actually opened the Delaware Hospice Center in April of 2008, so it's hard to believe that it'll be 10 years next year that we have been servicing the community here. So we're delighted that we're able to add almost 200 additional bricks today in memory and in honor of people who have passed. It is also the 35th anniversary of Delaware Hospice, so it's a very important year for us to recognize that we have been growing and expanding to meet the needs of our community for all that time. And certainly this place is one of the things that has been a treasure to our community and something that we've worked very hard on meeting community need with. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of my team members. This is our Reverend Marjorie Ager, and she's going to have a couple minutes of reflection. Thanks, Susan. Sure.
Good morning. When I come out to the center, I often think about these bricks and the people that they represent. Some of those people I have cared for personally, others I have followed as they were cared for by other staff. And I am grateful to have been asked to share a reflection with you all today. Bricks have been used as a paving material for centuries, maybe even millennia. Some of those ancient pathways still exist in the cities of Europe and Asia and Africa. You can walk along those paths and experience the wonder of traveling in the footsteps of people from ages past. In the same way, you all have traveled on a pathway. You have walked beside your loved ones as they came to the end of their journey. You cared for them, you loved them, you supported them in their joys and their struggles. You talked with them, you shared stories from their past and yours. You sat with them in silence when words were no longer needed. You may have laughed with them, you may have cried with them, and in the end, you released them to continue their journey, accompanied by those we cannot see, to the place we can only wonder about. Now, you will continue your journey, walking the pathway in your loved ones' footsteps. By placing the names of your loved ones on this walkway, you have provided a powerful reminder to everyone who comes here that life is a journey. And on that journey, we meet people who touch our hearts, who challenge our minds, who make us laugh and cry. Just imagine that people from this day forward will walk here reading these names, and they will wonder about your loved ones. Who were they? What was important to them? Who loved them and who did they love? What gave them joy? What made them laugh? Where did their journey take them? What gave their lives meaning? You know the answers to those questions, but those others who will walk here will know that these people touched someone's heart. These people were important to someone. These people lived out their days accompanied by those who love them. And your loved ones will continue to impact the lives of others because your donations make possible the continued work of Delaware Hospice. Your donations mean that Delaware Hospice can provide end-of-life care for those who could not otherwise afford it. So I am deeply grateful to you, first of all, for giving us the privilege of caring for your loved ones. The trust you place in us is humbling, and we hold that trust tenderly as we provide care for all of our patients. And I thank you for paying it forward, for giving us the means to provide care for other patients and families. And thank you for your presence here today. It is my hope that your pathway into the future, in the footsteps of those you have loved and lost, will be filled with memories that provide healing and comfort and joy. May you be accompanied by the peace and the grace of God in all that you do. And please return to this place to walk in your loved one's footsteps whenever you need to remember that journey. I would now invite anyone who would like to come and say a few words about your loved one or the care that was given or anything that you would like to say. Is there anyone who'd like to do that?
No pictures.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
About a year ago, my father went home to be with the Lord, and we were so blessed to have been able to come here. Our whole family was able to be here, which was a lot of people, and it would have been hard to do that at home. And we just had such a blessed time, and we were all able to go in and out and comfort one another and be with him, and it was just a very nice time. And I just thank God for this place.
Anyone else?
Thank you all so very much. Well, as I said, we need to be flexible here today, so this does not quite work the way that it generally does. So I don't know what the rain's doing right now. I don't know if you'll be afforded the opportunity to go out there and look at your bricks today or not. But in follow-up, we wanted to let you know that we will be mailing out information about the bricks. We'll be mailing a program from today's ceremony, a brick inscription, a brick certificate so you can see what the brick actually looks like, a rubbing sheet, because there are sometimes folks who really want to have that memory themselves and take it home with them, so we give you something to actually rub and get the drawing of your brick. We invite you back anytime. You can come on another rainy day, but if you want to come on a sunny day and actually have some time to reflect and enjoy the beautiful gardens and the gazebo out there, we certainly welcome you, and you can come anytime. We are going to have some refreshments now, and we are able to give some tours to some of you that have not been here before or are interested in walking the hallways again. Our volunteers are here today to help to direct all of you, as you saw as you were coming in. I want to make note of them for being so wonderful to come this morning in the rain and participate in this ceremony and assist all of us as staff with putting on this program. I also want to thank all the staff members here at Delaware Hospice. If they're in the room or out in the other room, please raise your hand so people will know and recognize you. Our staff is available on the center side this morning, but of course they are providing care to other families this morning as we are here. I also want to make note of a couple individuals in the room who have been strong leaders in our community who have been participating with the organization, one from its inception, and John for almost that long. But Jean Donnelly, who is leaning over here with the fancy tie on this morning, is actually, Jean is one of the founders of Delaware Hospice. He shares with me on many occasions about how the initial thoughts about this program and the services that we could provide in the state, he never imagined that we would expand and grow and do as much as we do in the community. So we thank you for your leadership, Jean. We thank you for the vision about what could be provided and the supports that would be available to us neighbor to neighbor. And I also want to recognize John Ward. John is also a former member of the board and now works on the development side, development meaning all things fundraising. John was very integral in helping us to raise the funds that were needed to support the capital campaign to create this building. So we thank you for being here. He hasn't missed one yet, he reminded me. So with that, if you have any need for anything else this morning, please let us know. We will be available to take the tours, as I mentioned. And again, I thank you for being here and being so flexible with us. And please join us for some fellowship now. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.